What's going on, y'all? It's J Small Reviews here, back at it again with another video. Announcement. All these announcements going down, right? Calico versus Goods announced yesterday for Max Out 3, even, further making that card great. Extreme Midwest card. And with all these announcements going down, I thought, why not list the top 10 end of summer battles that I am most excited for with all these mega announcements. So we're going to do basically just a quick ranking, you know what I'm saying, of the 10 battles that I think are going to be best or I'm looking most forward to, whether it be storyline, quality, impact. It's different reasons for each, so much context based, but I figured probably talked about most of these battles, haven't talked about all of them though, and I figured here would be a good place to tell you what it is that I'm really honing in on, and you should expect the deepest analysis on going into the end of the summer and the beginning of fall. But without further ado, let's get into the 10 most exciting announcements that we have coming up. So, starting at the number 10 placeholder spot, we do have one of the main events we have coming up for the Riot, and that is Geechee Gotti versus Coffee Brown. Now, at 10 and not higher, firstly, it is great on paper, with the prior history with Geechee and Coffee. A lot of us have been waiting for this to go down for a minute, expecting content that's more, personal. We might learn a couple things. It might, teeter on messiness. But this really comes down to lopsidedness. As I said, really, when I talked about it the first time, Coffee has a very uphill battle, to say the least here. I think Gotti's looked more motivated lately. Plus, when there's just information you can write about, I always think that's a little easier on the MC as opposed to, just coming up with punches or creative material. If you already know the topic, you know the person you're going to rap out real life, it's a little easier just to base rhymes around it because you're speaking your truth, you know what I'm saying, in a sense. But I do have it being really lopsided and an extreme Geechee win, even maybe a body bag. So for me, that's what leaves it at 10. From there, you can get to number 9 with Big K versus TRex. A decent one that I'd probably rank higher if it wasn't 90-second rounds, so it just limits, how much can really go down in the battle. But Rex is coming back to rap. Skeptical of how he'll really do, but I think 90 seconds plays into what, I'm saying, if he could stick really to the flow pockets, land a couple of haymakers, but you don't rap long enough that you can, wrap yourself out of a round or have, too much, filler or too many dry spots. So I think it helps Rex, but I do think Big K is going to go in there, angle him down. I just think, as I've said, Big K versus these old heads where he has a ton of different angles to punch on, even things to joke on. It just allows him to be that all-around version of himself. He can get name flips off, angle about your history, and joke about it a little bit too within a quick succession, and he raps just as good, if not better, than T-Rex. So, once again, a little bit lopsided, but I am excited to see what Rex is going to do on his return. And for that reason, Big K and Rex comes in at number 9. At number 8, Jesus. And at number 8, main event, day 1 of GTX. EasyBlock Captain versus Disaster. This is one of the biggest mega matchups when we just talk about name power that's on the card. Clearly Easy's first battle. Since all the Papoose stuff, we are, expecting to see a little bit of the angling. I think we're waiting for another battle to really, really hone in on that. But for similar reasons of Big K and T-Rex, the return, I really want to see what Easy's going to do, following the angle. But 90-second rounds limits it. Similar to how it helps Rex, I think it helps Disaster a little bit too. Clearly, you know what I'm saying, his wheelhouse. Grind time, 90 seconds, get right to the point. And for all those reasons, this is a little bit of a better chance that people give him credit for. Still have Easy winning clear. I just think the way he's able to really angle down these god tiers and get them all the way down to the details, even though he's got new angles, a lot of new challenges coming his way, I'm still confident. And then when you add the 90-second round, just bogs down a little compared to the other mega matches, which is why I have it at number 8. Moving right along to number 7, another return because Culture's just wilding, you know what I'm saying? Big K versus Young Ill on Max Out 3. Some people are fully unexcited, you know what I'm saying, in a sense for it. They don't believe in what Ill is going to do. And I think with Rex and Diz, really when it comes to all three of these guys, right? All three of them legends. I think Diz, maybe a little bit of a higher legend than the other two, but all three of them legends. There's going to be skepticism because of their, their past mess ups and whatnot. But with Ill, I'm the most interested. Truthfully, it's the most return of the three. I mean, he's really been gone for a minute. How often do we see Ice Pack? Interesting matchup with K. I think, reason it's bogged down, I think K with these kind of older matchups has the advantage. So I think K is going to win this handily. But out of all three, I think Young Ill has the most shock quality. I think the Blue Room creates really good performances, especially for these legends. It helps them a lot. And I think if Young Ill is one of the best performers on the card, it could be really one of the shockers in the night. And that's why this comes in at number 7. Then at the number 6 spot, we start finally cracking into the SM battles a little bit, and that is where we have Twerk versus Hollow. Definitely big time as all these matches are on paper. The namesake on both sides is going to equal. You don't even have anyone up here that you could somewhat consider mid tier. These are legends or top tiers thoroughly across the board. And as for Twerk and Hollow, I think maybe quality wise, this is the battle I expect not to be like the craziest back and forth, but the result here is one of those like storyline things that I care about. Twerk facing a god tier. He's had a very good run from late 2020, mid 2022 to now, but I will say not really much any top tier competition for the most part, which, isn't on him. He's still been amazing, what I'm saying, in his performances. I know the T-Top battle fell through, and I expect him to be pretty good here, but I'm interested to see what Hollow does in Houston. All around talent, just always figures out how to win, whether you appreciate the style, don't appreciate, whether I think he does some things good that he doesn't do some things good that I think he used to do good, on and on. The man's a strategist and really continues to get good results by consensus, and I think that there is something to honor in that, because at the end of the day, winning's the name of the game, and I got to respect when results keep going your way, even sometimes if I don't like the footage very much. There's an art to it. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do. Feel a little bit of an upset alert. I've talked about I might have Hollow winning that battle, which as we get closer and closer, it's going to be easier to really bog down if that's the way I really see it going. But I think in H-Town, strategist, possibly going later in the night could hurt Twerk. For all those reasons, excited to see the result and why I have it at number 6. At number 5, one of the biggest grudge matches you're going to find here, and that is Ward versus Verb, A-Ward versus Verb. Just so much talk, so much lead up. Even if you want to watch it just to see Verb die, it's like there's always going to be people watching it with the way that Verb talks. On top of that, Blue Room with the St. Louis reunion, it's going to be one of the situations that Verb could do good in. Everything is set up for him to do however good he can do, but I'm excited to see if Ward can really capture this moment. Is it his first road game? Is it his first real game? No, this is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's what Verb's got to say. He's promoing, but it is one of his biggest battles to date, if not his biggest battle to date. Geechee and Compton, the rematch, I thought was pretty big. But kind of like that pit style setting, this is where real animosity gets shown too. Extremely excited to see how this grudge match goes down, even though I think Ward's going to win very, very clear. Does he seize that moment? Does Verb change it up and put a dent in A-Ward's, trajectory and kind of legacy? Because I think that Ward should win this battle clear if it's even debatable. You know what I'm saying? We're talking a little differently. So for all those reasons, Ward versus Verb has sold itself. Not the craziest competitive matchup in my opinion, but possibly the best promoted, and why I'm mentioning it here. At number 4, the one that really caught me off guard through and through, Rum Nitty versus Jazz the Rapper. Did not see that coming. When we were talking about Cody versus Wody card, kind of talk about the Riot, I thought we were just, coming up with things that sounded fun. I didn't think that we would really be getting a possible Cody versus Wody card. Jazz, best woman in the world. Rum Nitty, possibly best male battler in the world. I think Easy's got a combo in there too, right? Extreme style clash. Jazz does everything that it almost feels like Nitty doesn't, and Nitty does all the pen work all the way to the highest degree, with more all around than he's ever been. I don't think it's just straight punching pen work, what I'm saying, performance wise, pure, wrapping pockets wise, explosions everywhere. Very similar to other battles Rum Nitty's had versus other great all-around battlers. You're going to get every aspect of battle rap covered here. You got to love that. And for me, it's why it's one of the most exciting battles going into this, humongous lineup we have. Now we are in the top 3. These are the real, blockbusters for me. No shocker, all 3 of them are main events on events coming up. And at number 3, we do have SM13's main event with Rock versus Av. Now, obviously, Rock and Av are 2 great talents. You're expecting explosiveness, you're expecting haymakers, you're even expecting the storytelling part, right? Where Av is going to talk about caving a little bit, Rock responds. So content-wise, it has so many things we want. Already a great battle. But the other thing that really makes it interesting to me is this is Av's moment. I think that he's had many big battles in his career. He's been on SM's, Gnomes, but this is the one where, very similar to JC and Surf last year, you get an opportunity to change the perception on your name. I think Av is always the high risk, low reward, and people don't think he should main event. People think he's a lack of personality. He's just a puncher. All these things that you hear that kind of take a guy with a punching style like that, low promo, high talent guy, it always tries to box him in. He is a headliner against Tay Rock, most SM appearances of all time, possibly, in my opinion, the greatest battle rapper of all time, one of the most prolific at that. you've all these shots. You had the complaints with URL last year. You had the hit list in 21 before that. The results of it didn't turn out, you know what I'm saying, like too crazy. BDOT and DNA don't go your way. All these things. This is it for Av, in my opinion. If he wins this battle, if he is a classic, like I believe he has the for sure ability to do, those doors open up. The running can't continue from other battlers, right? Things change. But if he goes up here and loses, I'm afraid to say that might be just the cap. That might just be, that was the chance to get to that next level and he didn't. This is it for Av. This could be career changing. This could be identify a clear ceiling. And this is with a top tier talent. It's rare you get those types of plates with a top tier. I got a little sick, y'all. Rare you get these plates at the top tier and it still is like career determining. I love to see the best battle rappers in the biggest moments of their career, and for me, that's why this is for sure one of the most exciting. At the runner-up spot, 1 or 2 for me are damn near equal, both extremely important main events. But at number 2, I have the main event of Max Out 3, Hitman versus Ill Will. What more can I say that I haven't? I think they're both properly motivated. Hitman coming off the easy loss, worst loss of his career. All the doubt. I mean, he is a heavy underdog going into the battle. The St. Louis pride part, the smaller room, getting back to the essence. His last best performance was versus Bill Collector in the smaller room. I'm so excited to see what Hitman does. I think he's a humongous competitor. I know he's a humongous competitor and extremely motivated. And as for Ill Will, a pro's pro. One of the best battle rappers in the world the last few years, no questions about it. Just smack in the middle of his prime. Incredible RB catalog. Incredible what he's doing this year. Incredible what he does versus God Tiers, Calico, Classic, Hollow. Battle of the year right now, in my opinion. Daylight, one of his best performances and one of his best wins, if you consider Daylight God Tier. I know it's a marginal. But it's a big battle, right? And then you have Hitman here. Everything in the world is telling me that this is going to be the best quality battle of the summer. And for me, it's why I'm so overly excited for not just this, but Max Out 3 as a whole. And that leaves us with number 1, which is a no-brainer. Easy the Block Captain versus Geechee Gotti. The angles, the face of these newer eras, the hierarchy, just all the reasons. This is important. This is a mega match to the core and the blockbuster we all wanted. If Geechee Gotti is even able to knock off Easy off his streak, could still possibly in a prolific career be the best accomplishment, best win Geechee has. If Easy's able to beat Geechee, it'll probably be the best win that Easy's had on what would be a 15 battle streak if he won. The unstoppable force meets the immovable object, the battle of the summer, and for me, the most exciting battle that we have coming up in battle rap. And that is my full thoughts here for the summer lineup. Sorry for a little bit, you know what I'm saying, the nastiness and whatnot. I'm a little bit sick, a little bit under the weather, but still was able to, quickly give you guys this top 10 list. I would love to know, even if it's just your top 5, you guys can let me know in the comments what specific battles are you looking forward to the most out of all these lineups. Between GTX, Summer Madness, Max Out, and the Riot card, there's so much work here. There is still an extreme mega event on the horizon that will add to all of this, right? And then you still have the events like No Entourage with the Tay Rock and Real Deal, like Bullpen, you know what I'm saying? John Johnson can perform against Mills. Going down this weekend, iBattle has even got Homeschool versus Real Sick coming up. And I didn't mention other battles like Calico and Goods. Personally, not the most excited for it, but a humongous matchup that could easily make a top 10 list like this. And then not even mentioning an SM battle like a Suge and Fonz, right? Like a possible, like DNA and Jerry, like a possible Ace and Rum if it gets added. So much battle rap coming our way. But like I said, let me know in the comments what are your most exciting 2 to 3 battles that's coming up and why, if you feel like mentioning it. But it's been J Smo Reviews again, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to catch you on the next one, man. Peace.